Alrighty, and we are going live multiple times today. Testing things out. Still don't have things working the way I want. That's for sure. But figured we would go ahead do something live here. And I know it's a weird time. We're doing a Sunday stream here. Um, but that's okay, right? That's okay. Gonna be talking about a few things today. For those that don't know, the Patreon page, I removed everything off my Patreon page, set it to $1. If you want to go over there, check out my Patreon page, do that. You can. It's no longer about money per se. If you can give $1 to follow, if you want to give more, give more. Everything on there will be open. As far as today now, channel going forward, going to try and do more lives, try and be a little bit more active, of course, as always. And more propaganda, going over propaganda. And I think for me, the main place I've been around actually for the past months and just not putting out videos, but I've been active actually quite a bit on Twitter. And that's one thing that a lot of people don't know. I like Twitter or X, whatever you'd like to call it here. Because there is so much propaganda on here, and it's just constantly free flowing. And it's, if you really want to understand propaganda from China, this is the place, because it's just it's fed to you so readily here. Let's start off here just by looking at some of this stuff. And the 9 dash line, everyone's heard of the 9 dash line. This person, you can always tell these people, as I always tell, look at the account. If you see that they're following a lot of people, have followers like this, there's probably, follow for follow, fake account, fake viewers, bots, and things like that. Some of the people, these Wu Mao, as you can see, with Wu Mao characteristics, they've even begin to brag about how they're knowingly propaganda pushers now. Look at what this person says. Westerners who make map memes of larger land borders, basically China or Russia, are very normal and just memes. Don't take it serious. Chinese who do the same, literally imperialism. How dare the evil CCP do this? What they're basically saying is that in this way, which in my opinion is so embarrassing. What they're saying is that they believe that this is bullshit, but when they make up bullshit, it's okay. So they're trying to justify propaganda against people debunking them, and I think that's one of the funny things about it is there's a big difference between being debunked and putting propaganda out. Disproving something is not the same, right? There's a big difference here. But what they're talking about in this is how recently, it even mentions it here, obviously, on Douyin, CCP has been doing this thing where whenever they want to normalize something, they start pushing that propaganda, right? And this is a Filipino island out here. And they're going to start making it sound like they own that, right? And they're going to normalize that within their people and within their culture and within their firewall, right? That's what they do with Taiwan, right? They try to normalize it. They want to tell everyone, oh, well, you'd better believe the propaganda, of course, that, Taiwan is China, and that's all there is to it, and you have to believe that. And that's what this person is saying. Because China got exposed for this, about trying to do the same thing and to take an island by basically just claiming it through the internet, and just it's insane. It's insane. And then when other people do it back, this is what happens. The propaganda pushers on X, Twitter, they see it, and then they try and they try to say, well, how come our propaganda? It's sad bullshit. It really is. And again, this is just scrolling. Like, I'm literally just doing this live. Of course, right now the biggest discussion too within China, weirdly enough, is Ukraine and Russia. as you can imagine, big correlation there. Big correlation. If Russia is allowed to take the Ukraine, it's a signal that, of course, China might be safe to go ahead and try and take Taiwan. So that's the thing. Another big discussion. You don't need to worry about the Uyghurs. They've got nothing to do with you, dumbasses, and they're living way better than you anyways. Focus on yourselves, halal idiot. Again, see, this is the other propaganda. You're going to notice a trend with all of these propaganda people for China pushing on here. One of them is the Uyghurs. That's always a major propaganda, is pushing of the Uyghurs, right? They always want to convince the people that, well, the Uyghurs, they're living such a great life in China. And anytime they show Uyghurs, they're always like dancing in their uniforms and, you know, their cultural outfits. And, you know, it's a weird thing, right? They don't understand that, again, it's just embarrassing shit. Right away, again, as I've told you before, you're going to notice this trend just looking at the account. An aesthetic channel, if I can do it right, an aesthetic channel most of the time. So I also focuses on criticizing ugly things, whatever that means. No fucking idea what that means. Following 2,316 people, 4,100. Again, propaganda channel, follows as many people as he as he has followers. Basically, another follow for follow account. Follow 50,000 accounts, they'll follow you back. You unfollow to make it not look so bad. That's what they've done. Uyghur propaganda. Everyone knows about the Uyghurs, the camps. Everyone knows about that. It's such a beaten and dead over discussion. The fact that they're still trying to even push Uyghur propaganda on the internet is just embarrassingly crazy to me. Why have they not let it go yet? Let's see. Breaking. The U.S. refuses to return China's gold. Beijing strikes back. You know, more of these weird cartoon infogram stuff. You know, you're going to see these on here. Imagine a future where most adults own individual self-driving vehicles. And, of course, you know, they're going to show, here we go, they're going to show the China thing. Here's the thing. We already know that, like, this has already been done. It's nothing new. You can go on YouTube. There's literally been people that have done self-driving from, like, San Francisco to New York or something, you know, some crazy thing. But here's the other thing that I wanted to say too about these self-driving propaganda videos that you're going to see all the time on here. You're going to see them because, of course, the EV market thing is a huge propaganda piece, you know, for China. You're always going to see these like EVs, and you're going to be like, "Wow, this is amazing! Look at this thing go! Right? Isn't this incredible?" What they're not telling you is that a lot of times these roads are completely shut down. These are, you know, you want, like, let's look at this. I'll turn the sound off real quick, but you'll notice, like, this is not if you've ever been to China, this is not a Chinese road. This is not how it works. Driving in China is not this smooth. I don't care where you live in China, it's not this smooth. It never is. Traffic is chaotic. It's everywhere. Nobody follows the rules or the laws. Look, even just the way that cars are parked and stuff, you can tell that this is clearly it's clearly a setup. So embarrassing. Again, trying to get people to think something is one way when it isn't, right? The expectation here. Again, you can just scroll down, and you'll continue. See, it's just so easy to move on to the next propaganda here. It's just so easy every single time, you know, to do this type of thing. Beijing Daxing International Airport, opened in 2019, is a stunning marvel designed to ease congestion and serve as a global aviation hub, a symbol of innovation and efficiency in air travel. Okay, what's so innovative innovative about it. I mean, it's an airport. Are they talking about like the architecture? Maybe the way it looks is innovative, I guess, but it's still just an airport. The other thing you're going to notice again, where's all the people? Where's all the people? This is China. No matter where you go in China, there's billions of people just running around constantly. Where's all the people, right? That's the one thing that they don't tell you about China all the time is even if you're in a really nice building, and even if it is, something brand new and clean and all that stuff, it's always terribly congested. It's always terribly uncomfortable because of the population there in China. And that's one thing you'll struggle to find places to sit a lot of times. And when you do, again, you're sitting next to a million people that are super loud or eating something or making some kind of noise that's super loud. And it's just a terrible congestion thing. And it's never as it seems, right? But again, either way, so what? You have a new airport that's built. It's another cookie cutter airport. All these airports and train stations in China, they all look the same. And no matter where you go in China, they all look the same. There's no historical reference to anything here. There's nothing. It's just a new building. That's all it is, and it's here's the thing. They think that if you just make a building and you just make it with a bunch of weird shapes and make it look futuristic, that it's going to fool a lot of people. And it does fool people in the sense for propaganda, but it has no real relevance. So that's all that. Again, more just scrolling. You're going to see more and more of this stuff on here. And it never ends. It never ends, all this propaganda. And it's so easy to just pick it apart on here. I this guy. I love this guy. He's one of the worst. He's another one. 13,000. This guy has followed 13,000 people. How is that ever logical to follow 13,000 people just to get 53 followers back? What a joke. They actually have these at like Walmart and Amazon. They talk about how China is the robot. They got all these robots in China that are doing all this cool stuff. They've had these for a long time. This is nothing new. This isn't like some kind of great new thing. They've had this a long time, actually. And the robots are apparently they are slowly taking over because, this technology has been around for a long time, Again, and here's another thing that is really funny about a lot of these people. They're very detached with the Western world. They think that, like, the Western world can't use your phone to pay with stuff. And I haven't used cash in years, So, but going to shorten the video today. Like I said, just doing something quick. I want to thank you guys for watching. Just picking out the propaganda, letting it go, and making easy work of this propaganda. I'm going to try and do some more videos, with this style quickly and get more content out. Thanks so much. Like, comment, subscribe, and have a good day.